Hello, Capricorn. It's oh my god, tarot. And this is your someone secretly talking about you tarot card reading. Capricorn, let's get right into it. Oh yeah, let's do this. Okay, so if you'd like your own personal reading, Capricorn, I don't know what I'm on right now, and I'm sorry. But Capricorn, here we go. If you'd like a personal reading, check out the description. This guy just flew over. That's your first card, the Magician. I do think Capricorns are magical. You guys manifest up very easily, very manifesty. Okay, Magician is giving us Mercury energy, speed, travel, communication, but also just manifestation mostly. Very and creative, very creative, and symbolic. Capricorn. Then we have the Temperance card, nice with the Major Arcana, in reverse though, and this card is associated with Sagittarius and communication with somebody who's very wise and adventurous and otherworldly, experienced, worldly, I should say. But when this card is in reverse, there's a little bit of obsession. Some of you obsessed with manifestation, maybe, Capricorn? Maybe you're just good at it, and that's just what it is. There's some Sagittarius crossover sometimes in the December guys. All right, but let's have a look and see. The devil. That's you. Are you guys resentful of that? The devil being your sign? Because you guys rule luxury and reputation. And I just always think of people at charity events. That's Capricorn energy. Keeping up appearances, looking good in the spotlight, being out there, networking, connecting, making boss moves. I just feel like that's all you. And that's just, you guys are all like, oh, stop. I'm blushing. But I feel like manifestation is just at your fingertips because you guys, it's almost like you guys slow time down and then do things accordingly. And it makes sense. And it works out. But I feel like this being this, I like this. Because word travels fast with this one. And I feel like there's obsession, so there's a frenzy about you. Your name's out there, and there is some temptation. I feel like you guys are on a lucky streak, a hot streak. People are saying your name. There's a vibe. There's a buzz about you right now. Maybe you're feeling really good. You're getting compliments. You're getting people praising you. Getting people giving you good feedback. A little buzz, a little obsession even. Somebody's sweet on you in a way that you don't really want, and you're tempted to indulge. Eight of Swords, Capricorn, you feel very stuck. You feel very trapped. That's not really good. Because it's not even, you feel like a person is inhibiting you. This person might be talking about how you feel you're inhibiting them as well. Self-limitation. Self-limitation. And the theme is the devil. Ugh. Okay, so let's hoping that it's not a factor of I had a rule, I'm on a diet, or I'm not going to do this or that, and then breaking that rule. There's a little bit, the temptation is there, right? So this is going to be one of those things where you have to, if they're limiting restrictions, then great. You did it because you're trying to get an outcome that is positive. You're trying to manifest something. But if you keep deviating from those restrictions, those rules, then you won't get the end result. Because of temptation, because of obsession, you might become obsessive. It's one of those things where you're trying to summon discipline, but temptation is always just kind of lingering around. And then we have the Justice card, doing what's right, doing the fair thing, do the right thing. Also associated with Libra, find a balance. Okay, so it might even be not a warning, but and nobody really needs to tell you this, Capricorn, but diving in too fast into something, that's be okay, I'm starting a diet, I'm gonna cut my hair, I'm gonna do it all tomorrow, or all this week, and then too many changes all at once, and it's supposed to be staggered, so that your flow isn't all angsty. Just throwing in the mix a double Dutch kind of flow. All right, and I feel like maybe you might be limiting yourself in the pursuit of things that you want rather than need. Justice is about balance. So you get what you want, but you have to remember what you need, and don't let that fall by the wayside. It's like when you get excited about something and then you find yourself crocheting for 2 hours, 3 hours, and it's 8 hours, and it's all day, all night, all day, and then you lose your job, and then you're crocheting all the time because you have free time, and then you end up in your car That balance. Balance. Ace of Coins, new opportunities. That's good. I like that. Especially in the face of injustice. We have the Tower, things falling apart, a reset to the structure, changing of the normal, natural routine at home. Also, chaos, calamity, upheaval. The Knight of Cups shows a messenger of help and luck, but I feel like because he's in reverse, there's the absence of that, and it feels like maybe people who don't follow through in the end, which is always typically a lesson. The people around you that you feel shackled to by fun stuff, luxury, good times. But when it comes down to it, when you're going through something, they're not really those types of people that you can connect with. And that's really the soul food, the nurturing of the human on the inside of the fun face. So maybe that's a realization or a lesson that you learn. There's an opportunity in that, spiritually developing in that way. But there's also justice, like feeling like that's not fair. Right? Like I'm learning the truth about you. I'm understanding you. I always felt some sort of way limited, restricted around you, but I feel like you didn't follow through when I was going through a rough time. They talk about you. They could be talking about you in this way because sometimes you're not really emotionally sensitive to other people because you don't see it. You don't indicate it. You just want to have a good time. And even if they were sad, it's good that you don't see it because then you just can boost them up to have the good time. So there might be a little bit of feelings of unfairness, but there was everything that was just fair. Contractually, something fair might have happened, but it might be a disruption to that person's life. So maybe you're like, oh, it doesn't matter. They're not sad or whatever. Like, I got a good whatever in my divorce. And it's like, oh, great. It's like, good for her, But then you're like, no, but my life is in shambles, though. Oh, I thought you were fine. That's a huge settlement. I would be fine. It's like, okay, that's not the point. I am not fine. All right? There's faith. There's hope. There's Aquarius energy. There's unique energy. Maybe you're, like, aloof to other people and their problems, and they're talking about you because I just feel like they're talking about you because you were good to them on some level. You were always really fair with them, but you weren't there for them during a very difficult time, and you offering them support or whatever you're saying to them was a bit too late or maybe ill-timed. Knight of Cups, offering them a gesture of love or something, kindness, but it's in reverse, so it's like maybe manipulative or because you want something so they don't, or just like they're in a different space and they're not perceiving it as genuine or kind, maybe a little insensitive, maybe a little manipulative. Now the star is like, you have to remember that you got star power. I'm sorry. People want to hear from you. People are going to notice if you don't show up. People are going to notice if you didn't say anything. People are going to notice if you didn't hit like, okay? Nobody, like, but what about, why do I have to? No, because you know who you are. You know who you are in this world. You're the number 10 zodiac sign. People care what you think. You have to walk in like Batman, walk in like Superman, because everybody, like, even if you're like, oh, I'm just laying low, I'm just low key. No. If you're a comedian, you're walking in there and you're watching everybody's set because everybody's just dying for you to watch their set. You don't have to, but it's like it's like you have to accept the leadership because you just exude it. And so if you don't reach out to support or say anything, kindness or whatever, or do the emotional connection stuff, people are going to notice. I feel like somebody does. I feel like somebody, restriction, inhibited. I feel like, yeah, that's the issue. Yeah, and then the star energy is like, again, you have that star, but you're the hope. You give people hope. You make people feel better. There is, again, maybe you're the fun person. Maybe that's just not your role to be the comfort to people and all that stuff. Maybe it's temptation to be manipulated in that way, but maybe you have experiences where you're like, I can't be there for you in that way. And it's strategic. It's on purpose. I must put a wall up in that area. 8 of Wands, making an effort. Nah, maybe you got to make an effort. Maybe you gotta go out of your way sometimes because the peeps are noticing that you're very self-involved, and you're not even doing it on purpose. Like you're just doing what's fair, almost maybe even tactical. Like you're like, oh, you paid for lunch last time, I'll pay for lunch this time, and it's like, okay, well, this was 30 cents more than my bill, so like I'm gonna give you. Like maybe you're missing the emotional finishing touches on stuff. I feel like people talk about what you do, and even if you're trying to play small, you just can't. So you might as well assume the dominance. Assert the dominance, be the number 10 king, queen of the castle. When you walk into a room, people notice the star. But yeah, I don't know, giving the devil, I know that's you, but like that's temptation and that's codependence. Yeah, again, people depend on you to like, yeah, okay, yeah, there's a high sense of importance and you just got to get with the program if you haven't already. I know you already felt like you were the one when you walked in the room, but it comes with responsibilities and you can't just turn it off because you're not in the mood one day. You still have to wave. You still have to do your media training and smile, even though you're not really smiling on the inside because you know that a smile looks kind of like a mad face and a big smile looks like a regular smile and like you have to overdo it and stuff like that. You got to make that magic, baby. All right? So there it is. That is your reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment, share the video. And if you'd like your own personal reading, check out the description. There's a link to my website, as well as a link to my Etsy shop. All right, so thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.